down in Langley, late at night. Smart old guys, they play it right. Captain Fun Bobby leads the charge. Silky mitts, Johnny gunshots coming large. Buddy in the slide, all the Chris's in a row. Nighthawks battle, it's a 2-1 show. Jackals, Jackals, rolling down the line. 10:30 puck drop, leaving sleep behind. Jackals, Jackals, no! Every day's Lloyd's birthday here. Whoppers and Fresca raise a cheer. Don't forget a shower beer. Check Pap's beard for lost gear. Jackals, Jackals, rolling down the line. 10:30 puck drop, leaving sleep behind. Jackals, Jackals, yo! Langley Twin Rinks, empty seats. Chili and buns, Christmas eats. A Chargers hat for tailgate. Nachos for the lady bing. Jackals, Jackals, rock and roll train. Jackals, Jackals, you can't stop the rain. Jackals!
Jackals TV is back, and today we'll be looking at a game between the Jackals there on the left side of the screen in their white jerseys against the blue jerseys on the right of the Snipers. This game took place back on February 27th and will be the second meeting of the season between these two teams. The Snipers won the first matchup by a score of 8-5. Jackals have a pretty full lineup here today, just down two players, Chris Weeger and Darwin unable to play. No spares in the lineup, Trevor starting in net. Jackals will be looking to build on their recent form where they've been producing some results. They've gotten 2 wins in the last 3 games after 8 straight losses, so looking to turn the form around with the playoffs just a month away. And with that, let's head to the first period and see how they do. Start off with the Snipers putting the puck up to the neutral zone, coming through across the blue line, cut to the middle, whip that on net up high, but Trevor fights it off and then bats the puck off to the corner before the rebound can be corralled. Here's Jer with a drop pass in a dangerous position to Gary. He tries to button hook his way out of it, but it gets turned over and then he's got his stick in the feet area. That Snipers player hauling him down. So Gary's off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping, and the Jackals are going to have to kill a penalty here early in this game. And given you can see Gary's back on the ice there on the left side D, they do kill that penalty. And there's another nice save up high there from Trevor, and this time he covers it up to get the whistle. Now Trevor's setting the puck up for David, who's going to swoop through his own zone. He's going to lug the puck through the neutral zone, into the offensive zone, drive wide. He's forced to go around behind the net. He tries to throw it up front to Chris Stuhar, goes over his stick and goes right to Aaron, who's got nothing but space, and he rips it hard off the glass. Offensive zone draw. Daryl's going to pull that puck back to Gary. It's coming back slowly. That allows time for Daryl to go to the front, and he tips that puck down dangerously on net. It's off the goalie's foot and just wide. Puck now back in the Jackal zone, and Gary's going to pick it up in the corner, and he thinks he sees Daryl going towards the middle of the ice, but Daryl kind of peels off towards the wall, so that pass goes right to the Sniper player, and Trevor's forced to punch out the blocker there to make a nice save. Here's Rob coming hard from the bench on a change, and that allows him to intercept this pass, come in, give it to John, who does a spinorama and tries to throw it with the backhand on net, but it goes off into the corner. Puck's going to come out to Bob in the point. He throws it out front to John again, who can't quite control it, and it bumps off his stick back behind the net. Offensive draw for the Jackals again. Gets lost to the Snipers, and they're just going to bounce that puck off the wall. Seems like Bob should be able to be with that player, but he gets in behind him and cuts through the crease, loses control for a second, regains control, and finds some space past Trevor, and the Snipers have opened the scoring here 1-0. Jackals go back to work in the offensive zone, and it's going to be the Daryl-Gary connection again. Daryl out to Gary on the point. This time the traffic in front is Chris Marshall. Looks like maybe that hits him in the leg and trickles just wide past the post. Here's Gary. He's going to disrupt a pass across, pick it up, just shovel it up to Rob, who then shovels it past the defender. That's going to create a 2-on-1 the other way. And as the camera shifts in, you see the pass over to John off his foot. He does get it directed towards the net, but the goalie has the pad down and makes yet another save. Snipers run into themselves at the blue line. Aaron gets the puck, puts it up to Chris Stuhar, who has a rebound there that he tries to get a piece of and shovel past the goalie, but he can't do it. And we go to the second period, still 1-0 Snipers. Here's a delayed offside that allows the Jackals to take their time, set up the breakout. See Daryl going up the wall. David's going to give it to him, and as Daryl's there along the wall, he's surrounded by two Snipers players, so he just throws that towards the net, and somehow it finds its way past the goaltender. I believe on the replay, we'll see that puck hits him on the inside of the blocker maybe, and then gets dragged back down his leg and into the net. And the Jackals have a lucky one despite having some good chances earlier, and they'll take it. The game is now tied. And it won't stay tied for long. The ensuing faceoff is going to result in the puck going deep into the sniper zone. Defense is going to have it down low, and they're going to struggle to get it out. First breakout attempt, it's blocked by John. Second attempt, blocked by Rob, who then has the puck behind the net, and he throws it out front, and it's tapped home by John. And the forecheck pressure by the Jackals has afforded them a 2-1 lead here very early in the second period. Here comes Johnny again, picking up a pass in the neutral zone. His guns have been very active here today. He's going to go down the left side, delay, push that puck over to Jason Davis, who cuts towards the net, throws the puck on net, and that, hard to tell from this angle, but it nearly snuck through in the 5-hole there. Snipers trying to get back in this one, driving hard down the right side, trying to cut towards the front, but this time can't get through, and Trevor holds tight to the post and makes the save. Here comes Lloyd down the left side, tries to shovel that in front to Chris Marshall, who is going hard towards the net. This clearing attempt is picked off by Daryl. He walks in with all the time in the world. Big ripping slap shot right at the ringette line, but an around-the-world glove save from the Snipers goaltender. Scrum along the end wall in the sniper zone, goes back to Daryl at the point, who's covering there, and he's going to move down the right side, just throw that towards the net. Chris Marshall tips it, it goes in behind the net. He wildly throws it out front, it goes through to Gary, another big slap shot, and another glove save from the Snipers goaltender. Another active player in this game. Here comes Gary, weaving his way through his own zone. He's going to achieve escape velocity from 4 Snipers there. Go up the ice, go around on the right, on the backhand, shovel it towards the net. But the goaltender makes another save. Snipers looking to turn the run of play here that's been heavily favored to the Jackals. They win this draw, back to the right point, slap shot low along the ice through 2 or 3 different players, and somehow that's going to find its way inside the net, inside the post. And we have ourselves a tie game. Jackals looking to respond. David throws it over to Daryl. It's going to squeak through that defender, and Daryl's going to pick it up with speed in the neutral zone, drive wide on the right side. He's forced around behind the net, but watch Lloyd, who goes right to that soft spot, and he gets the pass, throws it towards the net, and it's off the shaft of the goaltender's stick. After intercepting the puck at center, Bob almost turns it over at the blue line, but instead it goes to Chris Marshall, who chips it past the defender, and then he's in alone on the left side. He goes up high where he had some space on the shoulder, but it's going to hit the goalie in the mask and cause a whistle. More pressure from the Jackals, and this Snipers player going to throw this right up the middle. Bruce reads it well, fights to control, but once he does, he's there in the slot, and he shovels it towards the net. And it's a toe save along the left post. Here's a couple of block shots, first by Rob, then by Bruce. Then the puck's going to end up out back at the point, eventually on number 27 stick here, and he's going to throw a shot through to the net. It's going to deflect over this player on the left, and he has a whole bunch of space there, and he shoots it. It is a bad angle, and so he hits the post rather than the empty net, and we remain tied at 2. Puck bouncing out there to Rob, and he's going to send the play back the other way. And another chance for JD in the same spot he was earlier in the day when he went for the 5-hole. This time he tries to go high, and it's turned aside again. Here's Gary, once again, carrying it through the neutral zone. He's going to fake the shot there, but hold on to it, then throw it towards the net. The rebound's going to pop out. Aaron collects it. He's got a bunch of space up behind the blocker, but he can't corral it enough, and it goes back towards the middle of the net, and the goalie covers it up. Here's a one draw by Jer. Bob's going to get it, throw that through the net. It's a double tip, first by Aaron, then by Jer. The goaltender gets it. Scoring chances continue here as David's going to get this puck. He's going to try to ring it around. It's going to hit the Zamboni door and then pop right out in front. There's 2 Jackals there, Aaron and Chris Stewart. And Chris Stewart tries to get it, but it's just out of their reach. And might have caught them both there a little bit by surprise. The flurry of chances for the Jackals continues as that sniper player does a no-look behind-the-back pass right to Darryl. And then when the puck is in the goalie's leg, it comes right out to Lloyd on the left side. And he can't quite corral it on the back end. Then he's going to get a chance at tipping this one through on the Bruce shot. So just a plethora of chances here for the Jackals in this game. And they're unable to put that third one on the board as that player comes in to apologize for knocking Lloyd down there when he was trying to corral that puck on the back end. Lloyd has it again. He's going to whip this across to Chris Marshall, who picks it up off the wall, throws it towards the net. Rebound comes back out to him, and he shovels that towards the net again too. But yet another save. Still a minute left to play in this period. Non-stop chances here by the Jackals. There's another one. A nice tip right in front by John again on that David shot. And it gets tipped just past the left post. There's the puck now. Seconds left in this period. Time winding down. David has it. He's just going to throw it towards the net. He does it well with a nice skipping puck that the goalie handles poorly, and it pops out. And Bob's going to try and get there in behind the defender with just a second or two left on the clock. He sweeps that towards the net, but the puck is bouncing and he can't get a lot on it. So we go to the third. It's still 2-2. Aaron lugs the puck through the neutral zone. He's waiting for some players to catch up because he's 1-on-4 here, and catch up he does. There's Jer going in behind the defender, and Aaron puts it through to him, and it gets directed on net with the backhand, but it's saved. Chances continue. This time it's David who's going to come up with it. Slap shot towards the net, saved to the corner. He pursues it and picks it back up, takes it behind the net, delays and waits, and there comes JD coming down the gut. He gets the shot away, doesn't get all of it, but it gets off the goaltender's leg and harmlessly to the corner. Snipers finally show some life here as they come through the neutral zone with speed, turn it into a 3-on-1, shot towards the net, rebound out, and it's up high off the backhand and swatted away on the blocker from Trevor. And now they have an offensive zone face-off, but it's actually going to turn out poorly for them as Jason reads that perfectly, tips it past the defender, has a breakaway, looking to get a 3-2 lead here for the Jackals. He tries to go 5-hole, but it's shut before it goes through by the Snipers goaltender. So now we're back in the Jackal zone again. Offensive zone draw for the Snipers. They win it back to the point, and this gets quickly thrown to the middle, and that player just as quickly sweeps it towards the front of the net. And so against the run of the play for the last two periods, the Snipers have themselves a 3-2 lead with 7 minutes left to go in this game. Here's Rob fighting for a draw, shovels it towards the net. Goalie thinks he has it covered, but he doesn't. So Jason grabs it, throws it hard out front. It's going to bounce to the corner, back out to Gary, who's going to show some good patience here. Fake shot, try to spin away, and as he's trying to go hard to the net, 47 is going to reach in and trip him up. And so with about 5 minutes left in this game, they're going to go to the box, 2 minutes for tripping, and the Jackals are going to have a late power play in an attempt to tie this game. So the power play begins with a puck drawn back to Gary, fakes the shot, maintains possession over to Aaron. He's going to give it back to Gary, and this time he is going to get the shot through. Just a wrister, goes just wide, and it bounces out to Jared, who the goalie's actually looking the wrong way. You can see him still looking over his left shoulder and not his right, and Jared tries to sweep that towards the empty net with the goalie not looking, but it hits him in the pad, and he covers it up. Power play does continue, though. This time it gets drawn back to Bob, puts it down to Darryl on the half wall. Darryl is going to exchange with him and move towards the middle of the ice, and he's going to throw that towards the net, tipped right there in front by Jer, but another save from the goaltender. Power play continuing again. Bob down the left wall, takes it in back behind the net, still has possession, puts it out here to Aaron, and he's going to move the puck back to Gary. Bob's going to go towards the front of the net. Gary just throws it there. Bob taps it downwards. It skips off the ice and up over the blocker of the goaltender, and a power play goal has tied this one up late. It's 3-3. Time winding down. Less than a minute left in this game. This puck's going to come out to center. Snipers 2-on-1. Time running out. That play was definitely offside there. And there's a shot, and Trevor turns it to the corner and guarantees us some overtime in this game. And it's not a long overtime, so we're going to show you the entirety of it here in this highlight package. Darryl briefly has it at center, tries to dump it down into the sniper zone, but that player collects it, moves it over to the left side, and they recoup 3 players up the middle now. Getting around the Jackals player there, around Darryl. He holds up the line, gives it back to this player. He's going to let a big slap shot go as he walks in. It bounces off the glass, and that player that's unchecked in front of the net just bunts it out of the air. The puck doesn't even land and past Trevor. And a strange game here where the Jackals had a million chances and gave up some goals on some very strange plays. And they're going to lose this one 4-3 in overtime. So while the Jackals won't be happy with the result, they can certainly be happy with the effort, as it's been a while since they've outplayed a team as badly as they did here today. And you can see that reflected in the shot count. 41-23 in favor of the Jackals here in this game. Nobody with 2 points, but a lot of contributors here today for the Jackals. So we'll have a look at the season stats now. The top 4 players, Aaron, Gary, John, and Daryl, all getting points here in this game today. And really just a lot of contribution from throughout the lineup. Nobody really running away with the scoring title here this year. So let's have a look at the out-of-town scoreboard for the past week. There you see that Jackals overtime loss in there. The Steers beating the Nighthawks, but that was via a forfeit. So let's see what that does to the standings. Jackals remaining at 7th place, and with what the records are and with how few games there are left, they will probably be locked into that 7th place position by the end of the season. So let's have a look at what the games are upcoming this week. Jackals have an early evening Saturday game against the Average Joes, who are currently in 3rd place in the division. And that's it for this one. We'll see you for that next game.